Hey folks, welcome to Spanish Fork 17. We've got some Friday night Friday night basketball for you here. It is the Spanish Fork Dons up against the Salem Hills Skyhawks. This is the girls varsity game here that we got here for you at La Hacienda. It's Angel LaRose on the call here today with Coach T. Coach T, go ahead and run us through. How's Spanish Fork been doing this year?
They've been doing pretty well so far, and in general, I'd say that they've definitely matched up just about as well as you can expect in region play. So far, they're 1-1. They're above 500 on the season. However, they definitely have a heck of a matchup tonight, and as you can tell from what we're looking at here, there's a lot at stake for this matchup as both teams are 1-for-1 at 500 apiece in the overall standings for 5A Region 7.
Maple Mountain and Timpview leading the way in Region 7 at 2-1, and then a scrum there with 3 Wasatch, Salem Hills, and Spanish Fork at 1-1. Cedar Valley and Springville bringing it up at 1-2 so far in Region 7 play. Timpview sitting at number 1 in all of 5A in terms of the RPI, which is pretty impressive as you can see the RPI standings here. Wasatch sitting at number 4, Maple Mountain at 6, Salem Hills 11, Cedar Valley at 12, Spanish Fork at 16, and Springville at 20. And we are going to step away here for a bit for the national anthem. Thank you for sticking with us through the national anthem. We will now have the announcement of the starting lineups here for both teams. We'll step away for a bit and let the PA announcer take things away.
Number 12, a senior forward, Sage Harris. A junior forward, number 21, Addie Pastor. Starting at guard, a junior, number 23, Brooke Ward. And finally, a senior forward, number 24, Maddie King. The Skyhawks are led by head coach Taylor Jones, assisted by Katie Brimwell, Harris, Connie Hiley, Crystal Nye, Rich Barb, and Caleb Moody, Emma Willis, and Jim Hughes. And now, introducing your Lady Dawn starting at guard. She's a 5'7" senior, number 4, Grayson G. Cook. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 5, Olivia Liv Roberts. Also starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 14, Caitlin Katie Brigham. Starting a senior this evening, and although she wears number 34 on her jersey, she's number 1 in my heart. She's a 6'2" senior, Emily Williams. And finally, rounding out the lineup, starting a forward, a 5'7" senior, number 40, Haley Sullivan. Your Lady Dons are coached by Brinley Nelson with assistant coaches Kim Anderson, Kurt Rudd, Kylie Street, Cam Baldery, Maddie Sullivan, and taking care
There are your starting lineups for both teams. The visiting Skyhawks hoping to build on a solid season for them, being able to maybe take away a victory here at La Hacienda. For Spanish Fork, they are hoping to get themselves up over 500 in Region 7 play with a solid win here against a very good Skyhawks team. Coach T, what's kind of some of the key matchups to look for here in this one?
I'd say any matchup that happens down in the post tonight is kind of going to be key to this game. You see that when they're announcing the starting lineup there, Salem Hills wins the tip, but as they were announcing the starting lineup, it sounds like Spanish Fork has 4 guards in the game to start things off, while Salem Hills, they have maybe one true center. Oh, what a great set there. One true center, and then 2 forwards and 2 guards, more of a traditional, conventional lineup that we see from high school ball.
First bucket of the game goes to Addie Tasker for Salem Hills, so 2-0 here against the Dons. William will drive it in, takes a nice layup and lays it in for the first bucket of the game for Spanish Fork.
Yeah, that's not easy to do. As you can tell, she's tall, but obviously she knows how to finish around the rim, and already two good, tough baskets within 3 feet of the rim, and that's what we like to see.
Brooke Warren splashes in a beautiful jump shot from mid-range. 4-2 now, Skyhawks over the Dons, as that's a player to be mindful of for Spanish Fork. Brooke Warren coming into this game leading scorer for Salem Hills, as the Skyhawks will get out in transition. We'll get it to Parkinson, who drives. She's going to kick it out. Another mid-range jumper. This one goes down. That one off the hand of Addie Tasker. That's her second bucket of the game. So now 6-2 Salem Hills.
Yeah, that's a really hot start for Salem Hills. They're pushing in transition. They're getting into their sets. They look really comfortable in their sets and find some nice baskets early.
Sullivan hands it off. Sullivan gets it back, is in the paint. She'll kick it out to Roberts, who will drive. Goes on the double team, floats one up. It'll be off and rebounded by Salem Hills. That's Brooke Warren, who tries to start the fast break. It will go off the hands of Maddie King. That'll be a turnover.
Yeah, that's kind of the risk that you take when you push it in transition every single time like that. They're running this early play up the right sideline, so you're definitely going to win some, you're going to lose some, but so far it's paid off for them more than it's hurt them.
Roberts up top, gets it to Cook. Cook is going to hand it back over to Bingham, gets it into William. Off the front iron and eventually rebounded there by the Skyhawks. That is Sage Carrick with the control there on the rebound. Another jumper there for Carrick. Eventually is rebounded there by the Dons. Get to Bingham. Bingham will drive. Opts instead to give it back up top to Roberts. Still up top, and hands to Sullivan. Kicks it to Roberts on the wing. Nice little pick there, and shot rims out, but nice job there by Sullivan to go up strong and draw the foul.
Yeah, you'd think that the matchup in offensive and defensive rebounds on either side of the court would pretty clearly go to Salem Hills here. They've definitely got the height and the length, but so far Spanish Fork is holding their own. A nice offensive rebound there, and we'll see if they can make something out of it.
Well, that foul is going to be on number 21. That's Addie Tasker. Going to be the first team foul here for Salem Hills in the quarter. Sullivan missing on that first free throw. Goes back iron on the second one. Good effort there by Bingham to try to bring that down. And he will say that it is off her, and it will be Skyhawks ball.
Yeah, I don't know about that call. I mean, on every call, somebody's going to dislike the ref, but it kind of clearly looked like she was pushed in the back there. I'm not rooting for one team or another, but that one just looked about as clear as day to me.
Parkinson hands it off to King, who's trying to find someone open. Had Parkinson down low. Instead does get it in down low to number 33. That is Chanel Nye, my apologies. But it'll end up being a turnover there for the Skyhawks, so it'll be Spanish Fork ball. Roberts will bring it up here for the Lady Dons. Gets it to Bingham, who drives middle. Kicks it to William, back up top to Cook. A lot of movement up top here so far for Spanish Fork, not finding any kind of hole so far. It'll be a long 3 ball here. That is going to be slightly off. That is a shot there by Eden Erickson. Let's line up another 3 ball that goes off, and they're going to say that's Skyhawks ball. Looks like a nice job there by Sage Carrick to make sure to not touch that before it went out of bounds. So frenetic start to this ball game, but not a lot of scoring in the last little bit here. 4.5 left here in this first quarter. The score is 6-2, 4-point lead here for Salem Hills. 3 ball upcoming for the Skyhawks, off rim and rebounded by Nye. Up top, open shot there for Parkinson, and it rims in. Big 3 ball there for Hattie Parkinson, extends the lead now to 9-2 here for the Skyhawks.
That's got to be frustrating for Spanish Fork. They're sitting back there in a 3-2 zone, and that's the one spot in a 3-2 zone you don't want to give up. You'll give up the corners, you'll give up the short corners, but don't give up, top of the key, dead on.
Nye with it here for Salem Hills after the miss by Gwilliam on the other end for Spanish Fork. They'll get it inside to Warren, trying to spin around and find an opening, nothing doing. It'll be a corner 3 opportunity here for Salem Hills. And again was Sage Carrick there on the corner 3. There will be a foul. That one is on Nye. That's her first. Second team foul there for Salem Hills. Cook with it on the wing. Goes up top and shoots the top of the key 3. It'll rim out and rebounded by Maddie King. He's going to drive all the way down the court, puts the layup up. Nye grabs the rebound and gets fouled on the putback.
It just seems like so far that Salem Hills, they're just ready to play. They're out here, they're getting it done, they're pushing it in transition, they're running their sets and passing and just playing with confidence. And Spanish Fork, it looks like they may have caught him off guard just a little bit, but we'll see if they can get the activity going and get their heads back in this game.
First foul for Spanish Fork is credited to Eden Erickson. The first free throw goes in for Salem Hills. So it'll be a 10-2 ball game now, 8-point lead with just over 3 minutes left here in this first quarter. Bingham with it up top. She'll get into William at the elbow, who then gets it to Erickson. Erickson will drive, tries to go right, and ends up getting fouled.
Yeah, when you get that ball on the elbow like that and try to throw a post move on them, that's probably not going to be that successful when you're, in that 8 to 15-foot range. Try to get down on the low block and see what you can do from there. That same move could have been successful if you just dug in a little bit deeper.
So 10-2 here with 2:57 left. While we've got this timeout here, we'd like to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, 2 Jacks Pizza, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and MVP Sports, who just opened up a new location on 82 East, 900 North. That store opened up on Monday, so go check out the new store location again. That's at 82 East, 900 North. And again, we thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. Also, we're so grateful for everyone that's tuning in on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Make sure that you click that subscribe button so that you can join the Spanish Fork 17 family, get all the great content that we have on there, whether it be Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain High School sports or whatever we've got on there. We've got tons of great things. So again, youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Erickson with it on the wing here to start things off for Spanish Fork. Again, now under 3 minutes here in this first quarter. Spanish Fork just looking for a spark here on offense. Just one bucket so far in this ball game. Roberts tries to get that to William, gets stolen away by Maddie King. Gets out on the break. Nice job there by Erickson to hold her up. 3-ball opportunity here for Salem Hills off the back iron, rebounded by Warren. Immediately gets swarmed by the Spanish Fork defense. The ball eventually gets loose to King. And it's another scrum for the ball, and there's going to be a foul.
I'll tell you what, I don't even know who that foul. It looks like it's staying on that side of the court. Oh, excuse me, it's coming back.
It's going to be the first foul on Brooke Warren and third team foul there for Salem Hills. So an opportunity here for Spanish Fork to hopefully create some offense here and cut into this 8-point lead with just over 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. Entry pass into William, who then tries to go back door there to Erickson. Pass just a little bit off. Turnover there by the Lady Dons.
Well, that's exactly what you're looking for. Get it down to the low post, right on the block, and they tried to double team her. That opened up an opportunity, and she just missed the pass. But if that would have found home, that would have been a real easy basket for these Lady Dons.
Stolen away by Gwilliam. And opts to hold it up, gets it to Roberts, who then kicks it over to Erickson up top. Long 3 ball here for Erickson, and the bank is open for their sharpshooter, Eden Erickson. There's a 3-pointer there, and that cuts the lead now to 10-5.
Yeah, that could have potentially been a 6-point swing right there. You got to be really careful if you're Salem. I think they've had 4 turnovers this game already, 2 of them in transition, 2 in the half court. As soon as that ball starts, hitting on this Spanish Fork side, they're going to be in a lot of trouble if they don't just take care of that ball a little bit more.
And that one is going to be off the hand of Sage Carrick. So ball now to Spanish Fork. Substitution time here for both teams. 1:19 left here in this first quarter. 10-5 ball game here between the Lady Dons and the Skyhawks. Roberts trying to break free here. She does get this cross half court. Then gets it to Schaefer, then gets it into Cook. Cook throws up one that goes on top of the backboard. Kind of a wild shot there, so it'll be Skyhawks ball.
I can't tell if she was trying to draw the foul, but it's interesting. Spanish Fork just went into full court press.
Yeah, full court press in the first quarter. And it definitely works for them.
Real quick.
Harrison snags the steal and gets fouled. It's going to be foul number 1 on Parkinson. They're waiting for them to officially put it up on the scoreboard.
Now it looks like they're staying in that 3-2. They're just bringing it up a lot higher towards half court here.
Knocked it out, so Salem Hills still with possession here. And they try to get it into number 21, Tasker, who's already got 4 points in this ball game. Pass goes awry, and now Spanish Fork now with 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Roberts dribbles it past her initial defender, gets it to Cook. Cook swings to that's Schaefer there. Got it into Gwilliam, and then Gwilliam gets fouled in the paint.
Could have been a jump, maybe, but I think that the ref definitely made the right call there. There was some contact on the forearm.
Bree Hampton with the foul. That is her first and then 4th team foul here by Salem Hills in the quarter. So I've got 5 on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
so
either you're missing one or they're adding one.
I'm definitely missing one from somewhere.
It's a pretty big foul disparity. We'll see if it hurts Salem Hills at all, or, sometimes the refs just have this habit to kind of balance things out as much as they can. Oh, great trap here. Yeah,
nice job.
Another turnover on Salem Hills.
Yeah, and that was almost another turnover there for Spanish Fork as well, but able to kind of settle things down here with 20 seconds left in the quarter. Erickson gets past her first defender, goes up and gets fouled. That's going to be on number 21. That's going to be the second foul there on Tasker. And that will put Erickson at the line already with a 3 ball here in this game. Splashes in the first free throw. Score now 10-6 after free throw number 1 there by Erickson. 15.2 seconds left here in this first quarter.
I wonder what Salem Hills does with this last possession. I mean, they've been getting some great half-court sets and trying to hit those like baseline jumpers, 15-foot baseline jumpers. Maybe they go there. Try to get a decent lead with a 3 at the top of the key. Who knows?
10 seconds left here. Ball gets stolen away from King. They get it to Cook. Cook with the layup. It'll be off rim. And Salem Hills will just hang on to the ball, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 3-point lead here for the Skyhawks over the Lady Dons, 10-7. We'll get you the second quarter when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17, quarter number 2 of this matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Your score is 10-7 in favor of the visiting Skyhawks. So they were able to come out really fierce there at the beginning of the ball game, 6-2, and then Spanish Fork finally felt like they were starting to kind of find a groove, and really the person that found their groove best was Eden Erickson, a 3-ball, as well as making both of her free throws, so 5 points to lead all scorers so far in the game.
Yeah, I mean, the storyline's pretty straightforward so far. One team comes out ready to play, and then after a blazing hot start, like you said, a couple scrappy turnovers and a couple very tough earned baskets later, Spanish Fork starting to fight their way back into this game.
Schaefer inbounds it to Bingham to start things off here in quarter number 2. Schaefer will get the ball back up top. Swings it back over to Roberts, who then goes low into Gwilliam, hard. And she'll be fouled.
There's definitely contact there. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it down to the block there, and now that she's actually down on the block, it's paid off for him a couple times. Just either she'll get to the line or on the ground foul.
Gwilliam gets in the first one. That's going to be her 3rd point of the game. So now just a 2-point lead here for Salem Hills. Free throw number 2 upcoming. It will be off the back iron and then finds its way in. So 2 free throws made by Emily Gwilliam. Now just a 1-point lead here for Salem Hills, 10-9. Warren with the basketball huck to King. Then it'll be a foul on Gwilliam, trying to intercept the ball. It'll be her first. That is just the 2nd foul called on Spanish Fork in this game, and obviously first one here of the quarter. That has been a strength here for Spanish Fork, and was a key part of their last game against, if you want to believe it was against Springville, is another turnover here for Salem Hills. Bingham lines up the 3-ball. It'll be off the front iron and rebounded by Parkinson. Warren 3. It's going to be off. My apologies. That's actually Maddie King there with that 3-ball. And substitution time here. So that is number 12, Carrick, coming back in for Salem Hills. The Spanish Fork with it. Just over 7 minutes left here in this first half. Schaefer into Sullivan. Sullivan, good move off the back iron, though. Nice job by Gwilliam to stay with it. Gets the rebound. She will drive, probe around, gets it to Bingham. Bingham drives, puts up the floater. It'll be off. Little fight for the rebound, and it will stay Spanish Fork ball.
How about that? 3 possessions for 1. It's a combo deal.
Absolutely love that. I love it when I can get 3 things for 1 thing.
Absolutely.
I don't know if my waistline necessarily loves that, but
yeah.
I certainly do. Inbound into Roberts, who gets it to Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get it in. Entry pass there to Gwilliam. It'll be off the hands and controlled there by Warren. Nice movement up top here for Salem Hills. They get their shooter Warren open, and she knocks down the 3-ball.
Yeah, Spanish Fork does need to do a little bit better job of communicating on defense, whether they need to switch or stay, keep the player that they're defending. That's been 2 miscommunications that have been leading to wide open shots.
Sullivan, a strong move there in the post, but goes wide right and misses, so Salem Hills on the attack here on offense. Nice double team there down low, but an excellent jumper once again by their leading scorer, Brooke Warren. 7 points now in the game for Brooke Warren. The score now 15-9 as Salem Hills finding a rhythm here in quarter number 2 and extending their lead once again. Bingham shoots the 3 off the pick, and it's a beauty. Caitlin Bingham splashes in the 3 ball, tightens this ball game up again, 15-12. Swinging up top back to Parkinson. Parkinson gets it in. Elbow area there for Salem Hills. Parkinson again up top. Again, great ball movement here for the Skyhawks. Another 3 ball is going to be off the rim and rebounded by Sullivan.
Yeah, it seems like they have the right idea. In a 3-2, draw them into the short corner, kick it back out to the corner, and there usually should be a wide open shot if you keep the ball moving around the perimeter fast enough.
Bingham swarmed by the defense. Eventually they just get it up top there to Sullivan, who ends up picking up her feet and traveling.
Well, she doesn't seem to agree with that call, but she wouldn't be much of a competitor if she did, you know.
Exactly. Didn't seem too pleased with it, but exactly. It's like, well, if you're not pissed off about it, then what are you doing, you know?
Exactly.
Substitution there for Spanish Fork as Sullivan does come out of the game, and they bring in Starley.
Well, they're finally dropping back into a 2-3 out of that 3-2, trying to maybe close off some of those corner shots. Oh.
And that's a not great entry pass there that sails well beyond the post player there for Salem Hills. It'll be another turnover for the Skyhawks, and Dons regain possession here with 4:48 left in this first half. Bingham with it up top. She'll kick it back over to Cook, who goes over to Roberts. They do get it in there. Good double team by Salem Hills, but a better move. Excellent post move there by Camberlyn Starley. Gets that one to drop down. Just a 1-point lead now.
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but it really seems like, despite kind of the height disparity, it seems like Spanish Fork is out-rebounding Salem by a pretty good amount.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of the things I haven't been tracking, but I do think you're right, Coach. Like it really seems like Spanish Fork in many ways is controlling this game, including on the boards.
I mean, even if the score doesn't reflect it, as far as setting up all these good half-court sets, they're definitely getting a lot more quality shots, and Salem definitely seems to be turning the ball over more.
Yeah, even right there on that possession, a beautiful, spot there for a 3 ball, but then nice job by Starley to get the offensive rebound and finish that play. And now we got a jump ball.
Yeah, if you're going to hold the ball right in front of my face, I'm grabbing that thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Give yourself an opportunity to force the jump on at the very least. Move that possession arrow into your favor. So we'll stay Skyhawk ball. Score 17-16, just a 1-point lead for Salem Hills, and Erickson tried to go up straight there, but unable to sell the refs on that one.
No, she got it. The refs liked it. Oh, no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Second foul on Erickson. Nice job there by King to draw contact and get herself to the free throw line.
I don't know if she was going for the sky hook there. It definitely didn't look like she elevated, but maybe she just felt the defender on her back and was hoping they'd come over the top. Just a very high IQ play for a post player.
Absolutely.
And that is the first baseline inbound we've seen from Salem Hills, I believe. And, if that works, I wouldn't be surprised if they run 2 on the blocks, 2 out the elbows, and keep going to that same play.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it just generated 2 points for them at the free throw line by Maddie King. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So 3-point lead here for Salem Hills with 3.5 left in the second quarter. Cook with the lane. She opts for the jumper and splashes it in.
I will tell you that is not an easy shot, especially since she dropped someone who's diving for the ball. There's all the pressure in the world on you to make it. When you're wide open, sometimes it's harder than when you're well guarded.
Parkinson up top for the 3. Off the rim and rebounded by Spanish Fork. Spanish Fork just right there, just nipping at an opportunity here to potentially take the lead for the first time in this ball game. It will end up being a timeout for Spanish Fork, because that was a kind of dicey possession there. So nice job to call the whistle, get their offense set up. So 19-18 with 2:54 left here in this second quarter. And while we've got some time here in this timeout, we'd like to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. Coach T, go ahead and take us away here.
Yeah, our sponsors for tonight are Lance Wilson State Farm, Two Jacks Pizza, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and MVP Sports. So, by the way, if you haven't heard, they just barely opened up their new location. They're now located at 82nd East and 900 North. Where is that? Is that down by, in Spanish Fork, excuse me.
Yeah, Spanish Fork.
Yeah, in Spanish Fork.
Yeah.
I was hoping most of the people, listening at home would just kind of assume that, but yeah, Spanish Fork. I think that's up by the Cal Ranch, if you're familiar with the layout of the town.
Yep, I believe so. We've gotten confirmation that is in fact correct.
I grew up in Springville, so I'm a Red Devil by association. But
oof.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that kind of stuff in here. Absolutely, that's fighting talk.
3 ball from Schaefer is going to be off.
Even though that was off, though, once again we see Spanish Fork in much better rebounding position. They're just finding bodies and boxing out.
Aggressive again with the full court press. Salem Hill's able to break through it this time, and they will kind of settle things down there with Carrick with the ball. Parkinson gets it into Warren, who turns around and makes a nice little jump shot there in the paint. 9 points now for Brooke Warren. Score 21-16, so 3-point lead again here for Salem Hills. Schaefer with it in the corner for Spanish Fork. She gets it into William, kicks it over to Bingham. Bingham on the drive, puts up a floater off the back iron and rebounded by King. Now Parkinson almost wasn't looking for that ball, so got a little lucky there. They do swing it back over to King. 3 ball here for Salem Hills. Going to be off the rim, but rebounded and put back up by Reagan Beck, and that's her first bucket of the ball game and extends the lead to 23-18.
She almost came up with a nice steal there, flying towards the sideline. That's just a athletic play where you kind of read the pass, get in the lane, and unfortunately didn't up in her hand, but just about.
So we'll stay Lady Don's possession. 1:51 left here in this first half, and it is inbounded to Roberts, who's getting absolutely hounded by King. And it's going to be a jump ball.
What a reward for her efforts.
Absolutely. So possession arrow is with the Lady Don, so we'll stay there. But possession arrow now moving over to Salem Hills. They do get it into Roberts once again. She will get it up into the half court. Cook to Roberts to Bingham. Bingham deep 3, and it splashes in.
Well, that's nothing but net. That's beautiful.
Absolutely fantastic shot from Caitlin Bingham. Now just a 2-point lead here for Spanish Fork. Excellent effort there by Gwilliam, but ends up stepping out of bounds. That would have been a huge opportunity for Spanish Fork.
Absolutely. They almost came up with a big opportunity at the end of the first quarter and just barely missed the layup. But both teams full court pressing right now, and it's really just about which team kind of keeps their cool, keeps their head, and finds a way to fight through the pressure.
Just over a minute left here in this first half. Parkinson probing through the offense. Kicks it to King, drives baseline, kicks it out for the little baseline jumper. Their body's hitting the deck. They get it back over, elbow jumper. Collected once again. Reagan Beck has been an absolute menace on the boards for Salem Hills.
Yeah, and she won't always be in the best position. Sometimes coming to the side or over people's backs, but not in a fouling way, obviously, but she's definitely made them pay for their lack of energy and enthusiasm for rebounding.
Warren hits the runner there to extend the lead, 25-21. 35 seconds left here in this first half. Cook with it. She kicks it to Bingham. Bingham over to Roberts on the wing. They'll try to go back up top to Cook. Nice job there by Warren to knock that ball away.
That doesn't reset the shot clock, though.
Little runner there by Cook. Will go a little strong. Starley tries to put it back up and is denied. Now 12 seconds left here. We'll see what Salem Hills can create. 4-point lead for them. And Cook will try to squeeze her way through a double team and gets fouled.
I'm not mad about that foul. It's not a shooting foul. They're not in the bonus. It's on the floor. So, excuse me. No, they're not in the bonus.
No, not in the bonus. That was third. Actually, just the third team foul here of this quarter for Spanish Fork. They put up a prayer. 2 seconds left here. An opportunity to huck one up. Not quite in time, as that will be the end of the first half. 25-21. A 4-point lead here for the Skyhawks heading into halftime. We will get you the halftime show when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
Contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are in halftime of this matchup between the Spanish Fork Lady Dons and the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Your score is 25-21, a 4-point lead for the visiting Skyhawks over the Lady Dons. It's been kind of a crazy back and forth game. Mostly it's been Salem Hills, again, in the lead in terms of this entire game, but it just kind of feels like Spanish Fork is right there, and at times has been controlling this game even, Coach T.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an interesting energy here as far as the dynamic of scoring goes. It typically tends like Salem Hills will go on a really quick run. You know, they'll pick up 5-6 points really, really fast, and then all of a sudden Spanish Fork will say, all right, let's calm it down. Let's run our half-court sets, get it into the post. They've been playing some really good post play tonight. And they've been able to put together a few good runs of their own. They're longer, not as dynamic, not as exciting maybe, but they're definitely chipping away at this lead that Salem Hills has been able to maintain.
Yeah, it's been a fun, as I said, back and forth ball game, and for having the size advantage, as we noted, I mean, it's just kind of interesting that it feels like Spanish Fork has really controlled the boards pretty well in this ball game and has had a lot of good offensive rebounds that have then given them second chance buckets, and so it's been a really fun one. It's just to kind of recap here, Brooke Warren for the Skyhawks leading all scorers with 11 points. She really is the engine of this Skyhawks offense. Came into this game as their leading scorer, averaging just a little bit over 12 points per game. So she's already well on her way to being above average here in this particular matchup. And on the Spanish Fork side of things, leading scorer is Caitlin Bingham. She's flashed in 2 threes so far in this ball game, and she's followed up by Eden Erickson, who has a 3 of her own. There's been a lot of good open three-point looks for Spanish Fork, which has been great for them, and you just hope that they're able to maybe hopefully cash in on a few more of those here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. It seemed like the first few minutes of the game, especially, the first half of the first quarter, it really kind of seemed like there was a lid on the basket for them. A lot of shots were in and out and really threatened to drop and just never did. But like I said, it just seems like more of their style to play the long game here. They're not really concerned. They're probably in the locker room right now identifying, the threats that are really hurting them on Salem Hills. There's obviously some very active scores on Salem Hills, but as long as they can kind of control the flow of the game here, I think that's kind of the strategy that wins out in the long run. But it's still really up in the air. Obviously, Salem Hills has the lead, and they've shown at times how dynamic of scores they can be. But the Spanish Fork defense, rebounding, and then just ability to kind of make the clutch threes when they matter has seemed to just help them out a little bit more.
Yeah, and this is a matchup that's going to be pretty important here for Region 7 play, as both teams are sitting at 1-1 so far on the season in region, and are just kind of looking up at the 2 top teams, which is Timpview and Wasatch, both sitting at 2-1 so far in Region 7 play, and both of those in the top 5 in RPI. But both of these teams sitting right in the teens so far in RPI. Salem Hills sitting at number 11, and Spanish Fork at 16. So either team is going to get a pretty decent victory here in terms of 5A, but also in terms of Region 7 play. I mean, I think that this is a big one for either team, and for Spanish Fork, I mean, looking back at, again, here your region standings here, so it's Timpview and, my apologies, Maple Mountain that's sitting at 2-1 so far, and then Wasatch at 1-1 so far in region play, and then you've got Cedar Valley and Springville sitting there at 1-2. But the winner of this game is going to kind of move up into the top half, and firmly in the top half of Region 7 standings, and really gives them a nice opportunity to kind of move up with things. Again, the numbers on the left there are the RPI rankings for all the teams in Region 7. So Timpview at number 1 right now in all of 5A. And Wasatch there in the top 5 at number 4, and Maple Mountain there at number 6. And Maple Mountain has played both of these teams and got victories against both of them. And what's interesting is that in looking at those games, I feel like Spanish Fork played a better game against Maple Mountain. Really, honestly, I was here calling that specific game. I felt like the Dons could have came away with the victory there. And so I think this Lady Dons team is right there on the cusp and has the kind of the potential to be able to move up into the kind of the top half of those RPI rankings and the top half of Region 7, and it really starts with a good victory here against a pretty solid Skyhawk squad.
Yeah, I'm with you. Any coach worth their salt will tell you that, hey, you know, maybe we didn't do so good prior to our region play, but all of that really, it's kind of just the fluff. After all of that pre-region play is all said and done, it's kind of just the preparation for the real stuff, for the gritty stuff, which starts right here and right now. So, you know, Salem Hills, as far as RPI goes and Spanish Fork and all of these teams, you can look at it and you can say, well, hey, their RPI is good, their RPI is bad, but what's really going to be the deciding factor on how deep they're going to go in the postseason is what's happening on the court right here in front of us.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here during this halftime that we have here. And when we come back, we'll get you the third quarter here on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
Contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Hey folks, welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are getting all ready for the third quarter here of this matchup between the Salem Hill Skyhawks and your Spanish Fork Lady Dons. The score is 25-21, a 4-point lead here for the visiting Skyhawks, and it's been a really fun ball game. We got to recap it here during halftime. We got about 2 minutes left here before we end up getting back to action here, and so while we're waiting around for a bit here, Coach T, you want to talk about what you think Spanish Fork needs to do to be able to get themselves a win here?
Absolutely. Typically with any game that you're playing on your home turf, the second half is really going to be in your favor because, you know, a lot of these fans are showing up throughout the first half. They're kind of just same thing as the players. They got to get warmed up. They sometimes take a while to get into it. So as long as they keep the score within 5-6, kind of within that, you know, we can come back in the last few minutes range, the fans are going to be energized. So I'd say that's important for Spanish Fork, is even though they kind of play the long game here, they need to maintain or you know, earn back some of this lead that Salem Hills has over them. The biggest way that they can do that, in my opinion, is just running their sets with a lot of discipline. It seems like their coaching staff has done a really good job of just training them to compete very well in the half court. Obviously, they've been extremely scrappy and extremely good about fighting for some of these rebounds on both sides of the floor, so they need to continue to do that. But overall, I'd just say maintain the disparity in the score right now as best they can, and slowly and surely chip away at that.
Yeah, the hustle plays have been really awesome so far here for the Lady Dons. Again, they've grabbed a few offensive rebounds that have led to second chance points, and have done a nice job in the turnover margin as well. I believe that it's definitely pretty easy to tell that Salem Hills has played a sloppier game in terms of their offense. But and what's also been nice is Spanish Fork has also limited the fouls, which was something that was a kind of a big deal in their game against the Golden Eagles. Something that they were able to turn around against the Red Devils, but. It is a trend that hopefully can stick around here for the Lady Dons. Is just good, play some good, solid, disciplined defense, and then be able to get into, as you said, Coach, to get into their half-court sets on offense and be able to just create some good, nice, easy looks at the basket and cut away into this lead as we are underway here in this third quarter. Skyhawks will start with the ball and immediately starts with a turnover as Cook is going to cash that in. Quick bucket there for Spanish Fork to start things off in quarter number 3.
Yeah, I think the coach walked him into the locker room and said, hey, guys, listen, we started this game a little slow. We cannot, if we expect to win this, we cannot come out that way in the second half.
And then Salem Hills will go to the free throw line here. That is going to be foul on William. Well, they're going to give it to Roberts. That'll be her first of the game. And then obviously first team foul here of the quarter for Spanish Fork is the first free throw there by Maddie King rims out. Does splash in that second one though, so it'll be now 26-23. And a turnover now for Salem Hills, and they get the ball poked away by Cook, but they do keep possession. Again, nice effort here on defense here by Spanish Fork, and it causes yet another turnover. Cook with an opportunity, lays it up and gets it in. Grayson Cook, oh my goodness.
She's just reading every single pass correctly. She knows where it's going to go before it happens, and it's paying off big time at the beginning of this half.
The energy level for the Lady Dons is absolutely sensational here in this third quarter. Again, led by Cook with 2 steals that have led to 2 good layups here as a ball on the ground. And it's going to be a turnover, and it's going to be Spanish Fork ball.
Yeah, Salem Hills looks a little rattled, to be honest. 2 turnovers, and they had a second to calm down with the free throws, but everything else has just been action, pushing the floor, making it very difficult for them to kind of stop and collect their cool.
Cook with it on the wing. She will go through the screen there. Sullivan goes in and just gets enough of a spin to get that down. Haley Sullivan with her first bucket of night.
Oh, this is the first time that Spanish Fork has led in this game, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell there's just a huge shift in the energy, not only from the players but the fans as well.
Yeah, it really just does seem advantage Spanish Fork right now. They are out and running here in quarter number 3, 27-26. Cook dribbles into a three-pointer. It will be rebounded by Salem Hills, who's out on the break.
That's a heat check. She was feeling it.
Nice little layup there to retake the lead. Addie Trask now with 6 points for Salem Hills, 28-27. Roberts to Sullivan, over to Cook. Cook gets it to Bingham. Back over to Cook. Roberts with it. Back to Bingham, back to Roberts in the post to William. Out on the corner to Sullivan, who gets double teamed in the post. William again at the elbow. 3-ball is blocked. And Bingham was looking for a foul there, but was getting none of it. And so it'll be a rebound to Salem Hills. Parkinson up top for the Skyhawks. Down low again to Tasker, who gets blocked, absolutely stuffed by William.
Yeah, she just swallowed that right up. That ball absolutely went nowhere.
Stolen away by Warren. Goes to the corner, 3-ball off the iron and rebounded by Sullivan. Gets it to Roberts. So pretty fast pace here. 4:50 left in quarter number 3. 28-27, 1-point lead for the Skyhawks. Looks like things are kind of starting to settle down a little bit for Salem Hills. Good move there by William. Excellent offensive rebound
definitely a foul
by Sullivan, who is fouled.
Yeah, she just snaked in there and knew exactly where that ball was coming down. And even though Salem had the better positioning, she just found a way to come up with it. I've been really interested to see Salem Hills. They've kind of been doing this one-man full-court press, so they go into man and then switch to whatever defensive set that they're in. But that's kind of, it seems like it's rattling Spanish Fork a little. You know, they come across the timeline, and Salem Hills is pretty much just saying, show us that you can dribble, you know, show us that you can handle the ball, and if not, you're going to come up with a bad turnover on your own side of the court.
The second free throw by Sullivan also rims out, so goes 0 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line. The Skyhawks will get the ball back with a 1-point lead. They go to the corner to Tasker, tries to get it inside, gets it eventually in there to Nye, who then banks in a beautiful little jumper there. 3 points for the Skyhawks center. Bingham gets that into Branch. Branch to Bingham on the wing. Nice job there shooting off the screen. Big air ball there, but nice follow-up.
Yeah, that's the second
Branch.
possession in a row where they're just cleaning up on the boards, or in this case, the lack of boards, and finding ways to get a couple scrappy, awesome points out of it.
On the floor once again, and it is scooped up by Spanish Fork, and it will be a jump ball, which will go in favor of the Lady Dons.
That could have almost been called a travel when you jump on the floor and move a foot or two with the ball, but you know, once again, they're willing to dive on the floor. They're willing to fight for the difficult possessions, and so far, it's they're definitely winning this quarter.
Yeah, it's been a just very energetic and scrappy quarter here for Spanish Fork. Really seems like they're finding a rhythm on defense and creating some offense out of that defense, and they've retaken the lead. No, my apologies there. Had an opportunity to retake the lead on that possession. It is stolen away by Warren. Good hands there on that pass by Cook. King with it, gets triple teamed. Back over to King, goes out to Tasker, who shoots it long, and eventually it will get its way out of bounds, and it will be off of Nye. So ball staying, well, not staying, but going to Spanish Fork.
Well, back into the full court press. The real test of the full court press is how deep your bench is. You know, if you only have a 6th man and a 7th man and not much past that, then you're going to get tired out, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. But we'll just have to see who can come in and make an impact on this game off the bench for both teams.
Both are willing to just go at it, high energy so far. So we're seeing some people on the floor right now, like Branch, that haven't had a ton of minutes. And wow, Sullivan absolutely just rips that ball. Oh my goodness.
The refs are having a hard time figuring out, okay, well. It obviously wasn't a foul. If you want to go for that jump ball, then, was it a foul? I'm not sure. They didn't walk over to the bench and call anything, did they? I guess they're just calling it Salem Hills. I didn't see what happened there.
Anything, because I'm also not seeing that they've not seeing any indicator of possession, because I mean it would be possession to Salem Hills if they called the jump ball, but I didn't see a jump ball either. So it's just
I'm not sure what happened.
As confused as you are, folks. King on the drive and puts up the wedgie.
You can try that as many times as you want in practice, but
and William almost gets
showing us
it
that
out of
impressive
vertical though.
Vertical,
gets it out of there. Nice job by William.
Yeah, the fans love that.
Oh, it's always fun.
A fantastic show of athleticism to knock that ball down too.
Yes. And William 6'2" with some decent hops.
And a decent wingspan. I mean, 6'2", but she's got to have a 6'3", 6'4" wingspan. So,
So Spanish Fork ball down 1 here with 2:23 left in the third quarter. Nice job by Roberts to break through that. Gets it into William. Goes back to Roberts. Drives it up. Scoops it. And gets fouled on her way to the basket.
Well, the fans definitely don't like that, but you're going to grab someone's arms, then you better be ready to reap what you sow.
That first foul on Reagan Beck, and second team foul here of the quarter for Salem Hills, and it does put Roberts on the line, who splashes in her first points of the game. Bit of a shocker. Roberts, one of the 3 leading scorers in for the Lady Dons, averaging right around like 8 points per game. It's a little bit shocking that this is her first 2 points of the game, but they are key ones as they now put Spanish Fork back in the lead.
Yeah, with how easy she made those free throws look, you can tell that she's just one of the lead scorers just by that.
Quick pace here for Salem Hills. They go for the 3 ball out on the corner, and it goes in. Oh, that is a huge shot by Bree Frampton. And that'll retake the lead.
She was wide open, too. Spanish Fork needs to figure out something to, some way to stop some of these balls from going up. I mean, you can't be having a wide open with no one around you for 10 feet kind of shots.
The ball out of bounds here will stay with Spanish Fork. So again, 2-point lead here for Salem Hills after the 3 ball by Frampton. But Spanish Fork feels like they're finally right there. They've taken the lead a few times here in this third quarter, so it's really just starting to get back and forth. And both teams kind of settling in here with about a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Bingham on the drive. Ball hits the deck, and so does Erickson. Erickson fights for it. Eventually, timeout is called by Salem Hills so they can maintain possession.
I'm not sure, and the coach is arguing the same thing that I'm thinking right here. I'm not sure how that timeout was called because Salem Hills didn't have possession of the ball. It looks like she dumped on the floor and she was trying to collect it, but their coach came running out onto the floor saying timeout, 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 when it was still kind of up in the air who was actually going to come up with it.
And so with that, unfortunately, we do go to a timeout, and 1:27 left here in the third quarter, 33-31. It gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here, though, at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Want to thank our sponsors. They are fantastic, and want to remind you that MVP Sports in particular, they opened up a new location at 82 North. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. 82 East and 900 North. And so make sure to go check out their new location. They opened up on Monday, so be sure to check that out. And again, thank you so much to all of our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17.
Yeah, MVP's different. I like them. They're one of those sports stores you walk in there. It's not like one of the big, chain sports stores you walk in there and no one really pays any attention to you. You walk in and they say, how can I help you? What are you looking for? Let me know if you need help with anything.
The 3 balls are falling down here for the Skyhawks. Dropping out of the air, another 3 ball. That one by Hattie Parkinson.
They just need to close out on those. They have the aggression, maybe not the length, but definitely the quickness and definitely the strength to get out to those, and they just need to close out. But it looks like some of the times they kick the ball out to that corner, and Spanish Fork just says, we give up. Shoot it if you want to.
So 6 points on the day there for Parkinson. That's her second 3 ball. They're kind of swinging around up top. Back into Parkinson, stolen away. Nice job, active hands there by Bingham. Eventually corralled in there by Roberts. Just under 30 seconds now here in the ball game. Shot clock is off at this point, so this could be just the last possession here of the third quarter. 5-point ball game, 36-31, 5-point lead for Salem Hills. We get it into William, who gets fouled on the floor. Call that on Frampton. That is Frampton's 3rd foul of the day. That was the 13th foul here of the quarter for Salem Hills. So 12 seconds left. They do get this into Cook. William up top, gets it to Erickson, drives, puts it up with the lefty. It'll be a little bit strong. An opportunity to put it back up, though. Another opportunity as well. A couple of offensive rebounds, but that last effort there just a little bit too late. We're waiting
they're
for
calling
confirmation.
a foul.
They are calling a foul here, so somebody did Somebody will be going here to the free throw line for Spanish Fork. Looks like it will be Starley.
Salem Hills just go to the bench.
That's number 34. That's going to be her second foul of the game. Man, that is a tough break for Salem Hills when you think you're ending the quarter, and then you get that late
bad
foul
time
call.
Absolutely, just a bad time to foul. You know, if they earn a shot, and they're putting 1.2 back on the clock. But if you earn a shot down there on the block, then then just give them the shot that late in the corner. At the very least, go straight up, make it tough for them, but don't foul right there.
So it puts Camberlin Starley on the line. 4 points on the day for the backup center. Ooh. And that is going to be a little wide left there. She gets some encouragement there from her teammates. Hopefully be able to get this second one in and cut this lead down to 4.
Well, if she misses, the quarter's over. If she makes it, then you're not going anywhere from there.
Off the rim, rebounded by the Skyhawks, and that will end the third quarter. 36-35. Salem Hills hanging on to their lead here. 5-point lead over the Lady Dons. We will get you quarter number 4 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It's quarter number 4 time here between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Salem Hills Skyhawks. 36-31, 5-point lead for the visiting Skyhawks, and a third quarter that started out very much in favor of the Spanish Fork Dons. Got a couple of steals by Cook that led to easy layups, and at a couple of points here in this third quarter actually retook the lead. But a run here at the end of this third quarter by the Skyhawks has kind of reestablished them as kind of, again, 5-point lead here, really sitting in the driver's seat here. But still some encouraging signs here, though, for Spanish Fork going into quarter number 4.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just been an all-out battle, especially in that quarter. It seems like both teams are fully awake. They're ready to get at it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some pressing here in the fourth quarter. We've seen spatters of it throughout the game.
Skyhawks will start with the ball here. They will inbound it into Maddie King.
The Spanish Fork's going for a man now. This is the first time we've seen this all game.
Some swarming defense there by Cook. Ooh. They do get that into Nye. That's a beautiful pass, and then an excellent finish there by Chanel Nye. 5 points on the day for her. Cook on the drive there and gets fouled on the floor. That's going to be number 23. That is Brooke Warren. That'll be her second of the game and first team foul there for the quarter for Salem Hills. Erickson to inbound here, gets it to Cook, and it's already kind of a bit of a crazy possession here. It'll be off the front iron. Nice effort there by Cook on the 3-ball, rebounded by Salem Hills, and they are pushing this thing up the court. A nice defense there by Spanish Fork to close the door. That was another beautiful entry pass.
Absolutely.
Just hacked.
Keep getting that feed in there. If she wants the ball, if she's calling for it, feed her.
Yeah, they'll send Nye back to the free throw line. It'll be the second foul of the day for Gwilliam. As Nye makes the first of her free throws. 6 points now for the Skyhawks center. So 39-31. Now 40-31 as Salem Hills really taking control of this game here now with this 9-point lead.
Well, believe it or not, I'm not really worried about for Spanish Fork here. We've seen this all game long where Salem Hills has gone on these huge runs and Spanish Fork just finds ways to fight back and chip back into it. So as long as they show us something pretty quick here, I'm really not too, that should have been travel. I'm not too concerned for them.
you are probably right there.
She definitely got away with something.
Yeah, she did, yes. But here we are, Erickson, 3 ball. Oh, just a little bit to the left there. Excellent effort there.
Went for the Euro step.
It was a good job there by Branch to rip away that offensive rebound, gets it over to William, who then gets fouled, and will go to the free throw line.
The rest are trying to figure out if that was on the ground or continuation. I definitely think she was going up for the shot, and that impeded the shot, but, you know, that's why I'm not in stripes on the floor.
Yeah, yep. You know, sometimes I guess we just don't, air quotes, know. But an excellent move by William, and she'll get the and one instead.
I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yes, please. Ball don't lie, as you will, you know. And so that was a moment where, okay, yeah, that first one may not have been on the shot, but that one certainly was. A nice job there by William to cash in, and now she will go to the free throw line. And that is the second foul on, that's Regan Beck with her second foul, and now that's the third foul of the quarter here for Salem Hills.
Well, she traveled that half court. I mean, we've already established that. And then she thought, oh, I got away with something. I got to make something of this possession. Is that an off foul? Oh, no, she's saying she stepped early into the lane. I thought it was an off ball foul at first.
Yeah, they're going to tag her for a lane violation. So the missed free throw there by Gwilliam ends up being nothing doing, so she'll get another opportunity here on the lane violation. Does not cash in, unfortunately, and an excellent rebound there by Warren, and probably not the best of fouls there by Eden Erickson.
Well, any foul's not the best foul, but fouling when they have possession under your own basket, you know, that's definitely up there on the list.
So 40-33, 6:45 left in the ball game.
That was dang close to the 5-second count in the backcourt.
Ball gets away from Salem Hills, but poked away by Spanish Fork, so it'll stay down here with the Skyhawks.
Excuse me, 10 seconds. Yeah, everyone knew what I meant.
Yeah, they know. They understand. Parkinson with it. She will kick it over to Frampton. Frampton back over. Warren with it now up top. Back to Frampton, back to Warren. It looks like they're trying to find a way to probe in. Eventually they get it to the elbow. Now they kick it out for a wing three there by Brooke Warren. Rebounded nicely by Starley.
I like what they're doing, playing two centers at the same time, or a center and a very tall forward to combat some of this length.
Erickson drives into the paint, and they are going to get the foul on that. They're going to give the foul to number 23. They're going to give that to Warren. That's her third.
I mean, 3 fouls isn't really going to hurt you that much this late in the game, you'd hope. You never know, but
it certainly is. It's foul number 4 of the quarter here for Salem Hill. So they're nipping at the heels of being on the free throw line. As tried to sell the charge there, and then gets a little bit frustrated. But they'll stay here with the Lady Dons. Substitution time. Looks like 2 new Skyhawks. At least one new Skyhawk will be coming in. King coming in for Frampton.
Yeah, just giving Frampton a little bit of a cool off. Her coach is talking to her, saying, "Hey, you're doing great. Blow off a little steam. We'll get you right back into this game."
Excellent hands there by Warren. As it'll be another inbound here for Spanish Fork.
The Spanish Fork just needs to get something going offensively. They've stopped Salem Hills. Salem Hills several times on the defensive side. They just can't seem to find any sort of rhythm on the offensive side.
No, this is starting to get not good here for the Skyhawks. That's foul number 5 here in the quarter. That one on Beck. That'll be her third. As now we are at that point where it is going to be free throws here from here on out for Spanish Fork.
Now they're acting like it. I thought that was in the bonus, but I guess I missed something. It was on the shot because no one was eager to jump on that if the ball missed.
Williams flashes in the first free throw, so now 34-40. And gets the second one as well, so redeems herself after the last trip to the free throw line. Gets both of those in now, 40-35. Just a 5-point lead now for the Skyhawks. Full court press still very much in play here for Spanish Fork and doing a nice job. And causes some chaos. Well, unfortunately, it'll be a foul here for Spanish Fork.
Let's see if they go to Old Faithful. Oh, no. They're trying a different baseline inbound play here. 2 on the low blocks, going for the switch, flashing out to the corner.
Nice job by Spanish Fork to make that a very difficult inbound pass. They do eventually get it in. Parkinson with it. She will kick it out to the wing there to King. Corner for Parkinson. She will dribble back up top, get it to Warren. Warren into Nye.
Spanish Fork's just giving them nothing.
And that is a good take and a hard foul.
You can't go around her, can't go above her, can't go under her. You gotta go through
Sometimes
her.
you just gotta go through, which is exactly what Beck did there. That is foul number 1 on Starley, and foul number 4 of the quarter here for the Dons.
Yeah, Salem Hills needs to start stretching out. I mean, they did a good job there. They need to start stretching out some of these possessions. They have the lead by 6 with 5 minutes to go. You know, give your girls a rest, take your time, bring the ball across the half court. But Spanish Fork's definitely not making it easy for them. Every time someone has the ball, they're swarming, and a couple times have come up with pretty great turnovers. Or stills, excuse me.
Second free throw off the back iron, but rebounded by Salem Hills. But eventually, a nice job there by Spanish Fork to get possession of the ball. Cook on the drive, tries to float that into Starley, stolen away by Salem Hills. And that's an excellent move there by their leading scorer, Brooke Warren, who's been quiet here in this second half. So now has 13 points. Harrison with it. She'll get it to Gwilliam. Gwilliam drives, puts up a right-handed floater. It will be rebounded by King. Pushes it here for Salem Hills and is met by Cook, and that'll be a foul.
Well, both teams now in the bonus.
Got foul number 5 now for Spanish Fork. Foul number 1 on the day for Cook. But it does put Maddie King at the line. King puts in the first of her free throws. Now 4 points on the day for her. Extends the Skyhawks lead now to 44-35. Some substitutions in here for Spanish Fork. Bingham coming into the game.
Well, Spanish Fork, if there's ever a time to stop playing the long game and start playing the, hey, we need to get on top of this now, it's right here, right now.
Now is the time. Now is the time, as they do get just 1 for 2 at the free throw line. So still an opportunity here for Spanish Fork. 9-point lead. 4:18 left here in the ball game. Goes into Gwilliam. Gwilliam, nice move, goes left and doesn't quite
it's just
finish
not
there.
falling for her. It is from the free throw line and the and one earlier, but ever since then came up empty from the, these little jumpers and layups and post moves. I think 3 times now.
Warren with it up top here for Salem Hills, just trying to find an opening. It'll be Beck at the elbow, drives, throws one up, and it'll be off of Spanish Fork and will stay Skyhawks ball. Salem Hills will call the timeout here to get their offense set up and again try to preserve a 9-point lead here with 3:50 left in the ball game. 44-35 here on Spanish Fork 17. While we are here in this timeout, we'd I'd like to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. Coach T, go ahead and take us away.
Our sponsors for tonight are Lance Williams State Farm, 2 Jack's Pizza, Triple T Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and MVP Sports. And if you're just now joining us for the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds of action here, MVP Sports just opened a new location. They're now located at 82nd East and 900 South, or 900 North, excuse me, in Spanish Fork. And it looks like they just opened January 8th, so I wouldn't be surprised if you get on down there and they have a couple of grand opening sales going on.
Definitely go check them out. And again, we want to thank you for tuning in here tonight, however you're tuning in, whether it be on the channel itself or on our YouTube page, youtube.com/SpanishFork17. We're also excited to be able to get you the boys basketball game fairly immediately after this. You will need to hop onto that stream, but we are also going to be doing the boys basketball game. It'll also be the Dons against the Skyhawks, so make sure to stick around and enjoy some more basketball here on Spanish Fork 17. We still got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this one. A 9-point lead for the Skyhawks, 35 for Spanish Fork and 44 for Salem Hills. The ball gets in, and wow, that is a crazy shot, but it goes down.
That's just
for
a
Brooke
tough
Warren.
shot. Absolutely.
15 points. Double-digit lead for the first time here for Salem Hills. Little runner there by Caitlin Bingham. It rattles in. 8 points now for Caitlin Bingham. Good swarming press defense here for Spanish Fork, just a bit beyond the reach of Cook, as Warren will go up on her and draw the foul. It'll be Cook's second foul. It'll be the 6th team foul, but again, we are already in the bonus here for both teams, so any foul here at this point is going to be a trip to the free throw line, and this is not a player that you want to be sending to the free throw line if you are Spanish Fork.
Yeah, I don't really know what the answer here is for Spanish Fork. They've made a couple really good runs, and they've played throughout the game really, really well. But here in the fourth quarter, Salem Hills is just kind of swallowing everything up, and they're just making everything extremely difficult for them.
A good job by Spanish Fork to give themselves an opportunity. A little running hook there by Cook, but it is brought down by Salem Hills. Parkinson pushing it. She'll slow things down here and get it to Warren in the corner, and now back up top for Parkinson. Barton in the ball game here for Salem Hills. She is number 1 there on the wing. Nice hands there by Bingham. Unfortunately, a little bit too much contact there, so it'll be a foul.
Well, at this point in the game, you definitely don't want to be drawing fouls like that when they're not on the shot. You know, if they want to sit there, and it's really hard. You got to decide, choose the lesser of two evils. Do I want to sit there and let them kind of dribble out the shot clock with 3 minutes left? Or do I want to foul them and send them to the free throw line? Obviously, in this situation, they could have stopped the possession, and now they're having, well, let's see, 2 points scored against them.
Tough break there for Spanish Fork as 2 free throws go in for Hattie Parkinson. 8 points on the day for her, and puts Salem Hills up by 12 at this point. I know that the scoreboard says 38-48, but they're working on fixing that. It should be 50-38 here for Salem Hills. That one goes in. Nice drive there by Beck. 7 points on the day for her.
Yeah, if you just look at the body language here of Spanish Fork, these Lady Dons just seem a little dejected, a little tired. I mean, great shot there. You'll take what you can get at this point in the game, but maybe that'll enliven them a little.
Yeah, bucket there for Cook. She's now got 8 points on the day. Nice job here on defense, just trying to force things, and they do exactly that. Erickson kind of falls to the floor, and they do call her on a traveler. She definitely touched with her knees and then tried to get back up, so that's kind of textbook there. Under 2 minutes left now in the ball game, 51-39, and a foul there by Roberts. It's Roberts' third of the game. We'll send Maddie King here to the free throw line.
Minute 56 left. 12-point disparity could be a 14-point disparity.
King puts in that first free throw. 5 points on the day for Maddie King, and now a 13-point lead here for Salem Hills. Now 14 and 6 points for Maddie King. 53-39. Salem Hills was able to really pull away here in quarter number 4. Erickson with a 3 ball. It goes down. Eden Erickson now with 8 points.
Well, they're going to call that a delayed game.
Delayed game there on Schaefer.
That doesn't really hurt nothing, but just be careful.
Yes. Buck 43 left here in this ball game. 53-42, 11-point lead for the Skyhawks over the Lady Dons. As it's been a fourth quarter that really just has really been mostly all Salem Hills. Went into this with a 5-point lead and now extending it to 11. As that one is not stolen away, but
there's no one in front of her. Oh, no, there is.
King with it up top. Schaefer defense on her. King will dribble around. I think at this point just mostly just trying to eat as much clock as she can and keep the ball away. Schaefer eventually whistled for the foul.
Yeah, once again, when there's any hope of causing a turnover this late in the game, when you're down by, close to a dozen points, then you gotta take it. And if it ends up in a foul, well, then so be it.
Free throw is splashed in by King. Point number 7 on the day for her.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do if you're Spanish Fork. They've played patient throughout most of this game. They've played I say patient. They look patient in their offensive sets, but defensively they've been absolute, monsters, for lack of a better term, just extremely aggressive. But at the end of the day, if Salem Hills is going to hit, maybe close to 40, high 30s, low 40s% of their shots, their field goals, then there's not much you can do at that point.
Another turnover here. Salem Hills on the drive. And it is going to be off of Spanish Fork, and it will stay Skyhawks ball, as that was Barton trying to drive. That's unable to do so, but again, it does stay on this side of the court for Salem Hills. Another quick substitution. They get it to King in the corner. Now at a minute left here in this ball game. Again, 13-point lead for Salem Hills. They're just mostly content to go ahead and kill as much clock as possible and get out of here with a victory against Spanish Fork.
Great cut, good
King
find.
Trying to maintain possession there, but it will go in favor of the Dons. 45 seconds left.
So are Spanish Fork and Salem Hills rivals? Is this a rival game, or does it go Spanish Fork, Springville, and Salem Hills, I guess, Mapleton?
You could draw it as a way of it being, this is kind of you could definitely say that this is a rivalry game. I kind of like Salem Hills, Spanish Fork, and then obviously, Maple Mountain is also the big rival as well. But you definitely can throw Springville in there too. So honestly, you could put in any combination of those 4 teams, and I would consider it a rivalry game.
This group of fans have been awesome tonight. They filled up this whole south side of the stadium here. And they definitely seemed energized by this game. So just a really good show, and I just kind of expected it to be a rival game, but obviously, it's a region play game, so there's definitely a bunch at stake here.
Yeah, and this is a big game for both squads, and for Salem Hills, this is a really good victory for them. And again, kudos to their fans coming out, and again, the energy here has been a lot of fun. And really, honestly, the scoreboard does not reflect how this game truly went. I mean, for 3 quarters, this was a very tight ball game, and there were moments here where Spanish Fork was even in the lead and had opportunities to, really stay in this ball game, but then just this fourth quarter really just kind of took things over here for Salem Hills.
Yeah, it was 3.5 quarters, just 5 minutes ago here, or maybe 4 minutes, it was still a 2-possession game. It could have been anybody's game, but then Salem Hills kind of just blew it open at the end there.
Yeah, while we've got you here in this timeout, we want to remind you of our next broadcast, which is going to be the Spanish Fork Dons up against the Wasatch Wasps. Kind of like tonight, we'll have the same setup. We will do the girls' game at 5:15 and then the boys' game at 7 p.m. So be sure to tune in next Friday for us, Friday, January 19th, and catch a matchup between the Dons and the Wasps here on Spanish Fork 17. And again, also remind you that we do have the boys' game coming up here after this ball game. It is set to start at 7 o'clock, and so be sure to kind of stick around, maybe grab yourself a drink, grab yourself something to eat, and then get yourself ready for the boys matchup here. Again, it'll be these same two teams. It'll be the Dons up against the Skyhawks for the boys as well. 29 seconds left here, and Salem Hills trying to inbound. They do get it into Warren, who is immediately swarmed by this Dons defense. I think they're trying to maybe not foul, but still try to be aggressive. But the foul is, in fact, made there. As I believe they'll be calling that one on Schaefer.
It does show a lot of heart for Spanish Fork, just sticking with it till the very end of the game here. Obviously, they're not going to be able to find a way to get back into this one with 20 seconds left and a 12-point score difference. But, it just shows a lot of heart that they're still willing to go out there and full court press and not just give them an easy win.
That one rims out there for Brooke Warren, and leading scorer for Salem Hills. 16 points in this ballgame. Had been averaging just around 12 per game, and so above her season average by quite a bit as she splashes in free throw number 2. So 17 points on the day for their star guard. And we got 21 seconds left here in this ball game, and Spanish Fork will be inbounding this one. It looks like there's a stoppage here. Looks like I think they were trying to get some subs in. Looks like everything is now all sorted here with 20.6 seconds left. So Bingham gets it to Cook. Cook will shoot the jumper, and it will find its way in. Cook in double digits here in this game. 10 points for Spanish Fork. And that Spanish Fork 17.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
Contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are at the end of our ball game here, as it is a win for the Salem Hills Skyhawks over the Spanish Fork Dons, 56-45. A game that, as I was saying in that fourth quarter, I felt like it's a game that got away from Spanish Fork, because this really was close for, as Coach T was saying, for about 3.5 quarters. But then Salem Hills really found a nice groove there in that fourth quarter, able to come away with a big road victory here in Region 7 play. But for the Dons, this still is a game where there's a lot of good, encouraging signs and things that they can definitely take away from this game.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. Like I've been saying all game long, this has been scrappy. It's been tough. But, a lot of times when push comes to shove and you have two teams who are pretty evenly balanced, I mean, Salem Hills was obviously shooting the lights out tonight, and it kind of seemed like there was a cap on that rim or a lid on that rim in the fourth quarter for Spanish Fork. But when you're not up against an opponent who kind of is well favored from the basketball gods like that, then those scrappy possessions where you're willing to get on the floor and come snaking in there and fight for all of those great offensive and just rebounds all around, then you might come away with a victory on a different day.
Yeah, it really just didn't feel like it was written in the stars today for Spanish Fork again, as you're saying there, Coach G, just because it just felt like Salem Hills, they just, even some of the not quality shots were going down, and so it just, kudos to,
it's not a knock on Salem Hills at all. I mean, they played a heck of a game. I'm just saying that sometimes it falls, sometimes it doesn't, and tonight for Salem Hills, man, it fell.
It certainly did, but We talked about scrappiness, and I feel like the person that personified that best was our MVP Sports MVP of the game. That's Grayson Cook. She ended up in double digits in this ballgame. The only Don that ended up scoring in double digits, 10 points, and a couple of those came off of steals where she was then able to finish pretty easy there with some layups. And so she really ignited the Dons there in that third quarter and was what got them really in this ballgame and gave them a chance to, I mean, they took the lead a couple times in that third quarter, and so it really was Cook's effort there on defense that then led to some easy offense for Spanish Fork. And so if they could find more of that in these next couple games here in Region 7 play, it really would be hugely beneficial for Spanish Fork. But again, our MVP Sports MVP of the game goes to Grayson Cook, and we will go ahead and put a bow on this particular game here as Salem Hills will take the victory here, 56-45. Key game here in Region 7 play. Be sure to stick around here with us and tune in for the boys basketball game. And again, it'll be the Dons against the Skyhawks. This is also a pretty big one in Region 7 play for the boys as well. So be sure to grab a snack and stick around and be able to watch that game. For our crew here at Spanish Fork 17 for this game, I'm Angel LaRose. He's Coach T. It's been a fun one. Unfortunately for the Dons, they fall short here, 56-45 to the Skyhawks, and we will catch you here at 7 p.m. for the boys game on Spanish Fork 17.